Really, you've always wanted to paint. And then here you have someone here who's trying to cut you down and block you from showing in galleries. And saying that you're not this person, you're not this spiritual person, but you don't even realize you come across as spiritual. You're not trying to lead with it. And that's what makes it so ironic that that's what they're attacking and that that's what they're in competition with. And that's what they're gossiping about. And it's also strange that this is part of what they've tried to replicate. And you don't even realize that this is how you come across. But there's someone here trying to replicate your vulnerability or your sweetness and your spirituality. They're trying to replicate it and say you're not real, but you don't realize that you come across as sweet. You know, these are attributes that someone else has, it's like they did a homework assignment on who you are and then proclaimed who you are and then are trying to tear you down for it. They're trying to proclaim who you are, copy it, and then tear you down for it and say you're not those things. As if you had created yourself in some type of a package, like you're marketing yourself to be this thing. And oftentimes, for you, it could have been, and it could still be very uncomfortable because you could be highly intuitive. You most likely are very intuitive. You're probably very empathic as well, which means it takes a lot to...
At Americans for Prosperity, we believe freedom and opportunity unleash prosperity for all. A citizen-led organization, we transform public policy to improve people's lives.
How can I say it? It takes a lot to mingle. It takes a lot to socialize. Maybe not. Maybe you figured out how. But it hasn't been an easy road is what I'm saying. And it's not something that you would choose because it's not easy. It's not an easy road, what you've gone through and who you are. And you might have always felt different. And now you would never take it back. But there might have been times maybe as like a child where you wish you were a little bit more like everyone else. You know, maybe you see and feel things that are very deep and you're very sensitive to energy and people and information. You might see things before they happen and there's no one to tell. Because you know, you've tried it before, it just gets you into trouble. So you try. But for the most part, you're not going to lead with the spirituality, especially not as a means to rub people the wrong way. That's not intelligent. So that just adds even more irony to this whole thing. And I feel like, I don't know why this person, they're so adamant that you're not who you are. It's odd that they're copying it, that they chose that aspect of you that you're not even aware of, that that's how you're coming across. It's strange. It's really strange. And this person's obviously into some type of spiritual practice here with this alchemist and mystic here, but they're very money hungry. And then they've got someone here that they've like sold this vision to. Maybe this is someone who you were in a relationship with. And so they felt like that must be what this person's attracted to. So it's like if you were a box of instant macaroni and cheese, They copied the style of the box. They copied the font. They copied the brand name. They copied the paper, the slogan, copied your marketing, because they see that Don Juan, the customer, likes this macaroni and cheese. So they copied everything that they saw on the box. You say, oh, that's a bestseller, so copy that. Then go on a campaign and say the original box of macaroni and cheese is toxic or bad for you or not real or there's nothing inside the box. Make it go away so that they look like the original. But the people who created the box of macaroni and cheese have other products, and it was not what drove them to be a box of macaroni and cheese. I hope you like this analogy. I hope you like this analogy. I think that's enough. I think you get it. But this damsel, that's part of it. It's like there's something about it about like putting on this act of like, I don't know, they could have even been saying you were up to no good and you're just living your life. You're not focused on, that's what's so ironic about all of it. You're not focused on how you come across. You didn't even know that was your brand. And there's somebody here copying it and trying to destroy it. And that's also why this is not working, because you're not one thing. It's like as if a robot tried to recreate a human. Try to stop someone from marrying you. Wow. Someone's in despair over you about someone trying to block you, stop you, because everything I just said, how ridiculous it sounds, that's actually what happened. So I feel like this main female is the one that is out here out of control, lashing out, trying to bully someone. I feel like it's backfiring, whatever they were doing. And then there's also another layer of like this sort of, so they were acting, it was all an act. It's like all the outward attributes of you. It's so strange. Like maybe even copying your mannerisms with that damsel. You're not trying to come across as sensitive and vulnerable. You know how the world is. You don't want to come across that way. You don't want to. So that's just even more irony. There could be numerous reasons why you come across that way. Maybe you are very sweet and sensitive, but you're also this Queen of Swords, and that is why this person is feeling extremely angry and they're lashing out. They're lashing out because you're a Queen of Swords. You might have said something, but you're also very intelligent, or you called it out. You said this is what's happening somehow. Wow, and the community sees it as well. Wow. People see it. Now, maybe this whole experience maybe you've always wanted to be a little bit more exact with your words. Maybe it's kind of liberating in a way, because I feel like one of two things is going to happen. If you have someone here trying to annihilate you, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to lay down and allow it to happen, or if someone takes away every single one of your choices and they back you into a corner, you're going to say no to the corner. I think that's what you did.
That's exactly what I did. Very astute. Very astute. I've been very understanding with people's energy and things of that nature for years. First off, I didn't understand exactly what the fuck was going on behind my back and behind the scenes. So I've just been living my life, really. Everybody was surveilling me, watching me, and this, that, and the third. The only people who are heavily in disagreement with me getting my justice and whatnot like that are the people who stuck around. It's a mix between the two. Probably one knows. It's either the people who've been stuck around, who've been sticking around the longest because they've had the most invested, or the people who just came into it, enjoy the fruits of my labor and the benefits that they get, the emotional benefits, the creative ideas, just everything. And it's just not enough. Like, but the both of them, the long-term people and the short-term people, are both like, we want more time, we need more time, we demand more time. And it's just like from whomever, in regards to me, like, we need more time with her, we want more time with her, we have to have more time with her. So they use tactics and words, keywords like patience, have patience, faith, it's on the way, this has been delayed, your manifestations. Or this is when people weaponize religion. This is when it doesn't become this is seriously criminal offenses. This is when people are using a bunch of bullshit in order to get what they want. Like, I call it perseverance porn. I call it exploitation, just more abuse, basically, for them to abuse me further by watching me and stalking me. It doesn't matter if I have moved here or moved there. The fact that I have a new phone that I didn't share, or excuse me, that I didn't let anybody touch or hold besides me and the manufacturer, like the seller, like straight from the source, straight from the store. And yet they're still taking it upon themselves to hack my phones, to put cameras in my car, to put cameras in my house. They'll put a camera in the hotel that I'm going to or would go to. I'm not going to any hotel, but I'm just saying, but they have done that in the past. This is what these kind of people are. No, this is exactly what these people are. Yeah. And again, there's people who say that, oh, we don't care. And it's just like, well, I know why you don't care, but you're not supposed to be the person who, makes that decision of caring or not. Because I really don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to see you punished. I really do. Not just, arraigned or court date and stuff like that. I want to see you judicially punished, because it is obviously it is universal law. It is definitely cause and effect. This is what's supposed to happen. This is what's supposed to be. This is what is going to be. You will be punished. And that whole spiritual jail and all the other kind of bullshit, I really don't fall for that. I don't buy that shit. And I do not accept it. Okay. This is why I'm going the route that I'm going in regards to getting the required, justice. And as long as you guys try to stall or delay, you're still just going to be upset, because the things that I'm doing now, you're complaining about. Well, it's just this is going to be a nonstop kind of situation. The more that I know, I guess the worst is going to be for you guys. Although, no. While I have been, cleaning the house and doing this here and there, a lot of you guys know because you stalk me. You guys were in the background, spreading rumors, as you guys have done before. That's how initially this whole, a lot of this bullshit had happened, because of one person who I grew up with became insanely jealous, and for seriously no reason, pretended to be a friend and just decided to infiltrate. The person waited years in order to not manifest, but to show their true colors. And even still to this day, they put on a persona as if they don't know, what's going on in this, that, and the third. But you can tell by the things that they want to discuss and how they discuss it. You can tell, because I literally have a court date this coming Tuesday, and I want nothing but a no contact order. I want nothing but just something documented from the court saying that I have no connection with this person. I don't want any connection with this person. I've literally stated this multiple times not just in court though, but like filing police reports, and also on this like on this channel. So there's no reason. And supposedly this person is also talking about me. Obviously this person is talking about me in nefarious reasons and just like really ugly reasons, like in ugly ways. Like definitely I hear trashing my name, but it's just like I haven't hung out with you in years. Years. What is it? I cut you off in 2021. In 2020, I think that we hung out. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let's see. Is it 2020 or I definitely know, because like I didn't see you in 2021. I saw you the last time I saw this person was in court, and then prior to then, like hung out. No, no. Oh my goodness, fluffies. I feel the fluffies. I can feel the fluffies, babe. And that is why my cat is grooming hard. And of course, the hair got to go somewhere. The hair has to go somewhere. Sorry. So, Sebastian, hey, what's going on, man? Okay. Yeah, it's if this person says that they don't want anything to do with me, does, because I don't want anything to do with them. Like people need to really like sometimes they be switching up the story. Sometimes supposedly they do want something to do with me, then sometimes they don't want to do something to do with me. My stance has been consistently, I don't fuck with this person anymore. I don't fuck with these people anymore. I don't want anything to do with these people anymore. So I'm telling you from the horse's mouth, a live video. I'm literally telling you here with the lights on and everything, from my room, from the place that they said I was supposedly like homeless, even though I've literally had this house for over a decade. They would make up, I guess they would make up paperwork or anything like that though. But when you actually have, ownership, like when the house is in, I am the administrator of the estate. Okay. I saved this house from foreclosure. This has been mine since my young 20s. And I mean really young 20s. I literally fixed this whole place up. Seriously, this place looked like a shithole. But my uncle had it. But then he had let it go down in foreclosure and didn't want to tell me, but I happened to overhear him one night because it was late at night and I happened to be up and I had overheard him say something. And I was like, oh, okay. Bet. I discussed this in another video, but it was basically the next day, literally that next day, I had called people who I needed to call in order to get the proper documents. So he had decided to just like move out, and the other people were still in there, like his wife's and her kids. So what happened was the mortgage company decided to send them the walking papers. They had to move out. And then after that, I had reign over the property. I mean, I had to pay literally tens of thousands of dollars into that house. I poured into it, my money, over like it's about like $15,000. God damn it, my money. Sorry, because honestly, I feel like just scratching my nose in this like that, like here, because I sneezed my head off earlier today, and it is not nice. It is not nice. Hold on. I'm looking at can I show you something? Like, hold on. I don't mean I'll be all over the place, but look at this. Look at this. Isn't this cute? I love green, as you can see. So I thought it would be nice. Something in the middle. Not too bright, not too dark, but just right. Look at my nails. I was gonna shoot this other color, which really definitely matches me, but it looks more like pea soup. I mean, this one looks like vomit anyway, but it looks like a nice vomit. It looks like a happy vomit. Like, I don't know. This vomit had woke up and it just went to the club. It had a nice little time and everything like that. It's happy vomit, I guess. Maybe somebody got really excited that, they got their job, first day. And it's happy vomit. Anyway, I just, so yeah, I acquired this house. So to have somebody who actually used to stay in here when they would visit, come back in New Jersey, somebody who actually stayed in here, for them to talk down upon me and also use my characteristics and whatnot like that for their own self-serving gain, like you're gonna once anybody puts two and two together, you're gonna be like, wow, like you guys look really similar. If you look at their earlier photos, their earlier pictures, and if you look at my channel, look at when their channel was created, but also look at my channel, and you see my mannerisms and how bright and stuff like that I am. I'm not I'm not that open to people, obviously, because one, I'm older, but also two, people in the background, people were really trying to put me down, put my character down, my identity down, and then it was only to just go ahead and try to take it for themselves and use it for themselves, like my personality and stuff like that. I shit you not. It was like appropriation, really. Like, they make fun of our lips, but then all of a sudden, they go ahead and then they go ahead and like fill their lips in themselves. It's insanity. It's really insanity. I I'm very hip to the game. I'm not interested in going into the details about. I really am not. I'm just kind of like brushing over some things, but it's just always cyclical about these tactics. The more I'm getting closer to just finding out things and just mapping things out accordingly, people are taking upon themselves to really like drive things home when it comes to lying on me, slandering me, and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, I'm really over that. I'm over it. I'm done with it. Enough blacks have, had enough time to be crabs in an upward barrel and riding the wave, riding the coattails, and being sellouts. So, and non-blacks have had the opportunity to get whatever benefits that they got out of it. It seemed like every little thing that, was going through my mind, or any little activity that I wanted to do. Obviously that was, copacetic. That was, on up and up. All of a sudden people had like people use it in order for their advertisements, for their life coaching, or like quick money schemes or things of that nature. For making a product that's not FDA really regulated. Just anything. People were being very capitalistic, and it's crazy because this world is in debt. So it was just like, this country is in debt. So it was just like, was it really worth it? Like a lot of people at the very end of the day, was just like, was it really worth it? Yes, there are things that in this world that we can't, obviously we buy, but we can't take with us at the very end of the day. So all we have is our memories. But you want to go down in history, in your history, and in your family's history as being a sellout, coon, somebody who wanted to have like these horrible oppressive tendencies, reneging, or just like really taking us back in time, like helping to cleanse the slate of non-blacks and our oppressors' history, and also just be a fucking loser. Really, you're just really pathetic for the multitude of things that you've done, that you wouldn't actually do to anyone else to their face, and something that you obviously wouldn't agree upon for your own life. And as well, because it was like, yo, I'm thinking of like, how did you guys get into it? I'm pretty sure you saw a lot of other people get into it, and then you were like, okay, yeah, sure, bet. And then from there was like some type of contract, or even like just a verbal contract where you guys had talked about something, discussed about something, or even signed upon something. The fact that you probably even made a download, or you pushed accept on an app or something like that, was the moment that you had signed your own life away. When it came to, people were saying that I'm a part of the contract, and I'm just like, no, y'all are a part of a contract when you guys decided to like re-update or update, or just download an app or whatever like that, and just kind of agree to watching me, stalking me, and wanting to be a minus, and that you get money in order to try to interfere and violate and disrupt my life for no sufficient just cause. And in return, it's kind of like a monkey paw situation, because like, you got something, but then you're gonna have to take something back. It's monkey paw. I had mentioned monkey paw a long time ago, long time ago, maybe like a year or two back. Yeah. So while people are just trying to distract me by saying a bunch of everything, like everything else, or they're just kind of keeping things superficial, like above the water. I'm just kind of thinking about what else is possibly going on, but I know the whole scheming and whatnot like that. It's a lot of projections. So a lot of the things that my abusers have done that they would probably say about me, they would literally go like all out, literally all fucking out. They will probably say things that are criminal or crazy, but here I am still out and about. And yet they've had like, just me, just little me. Like, I'm not little, but it was just like, criminal things, disgusting, vile things. Oh yeah. I mean, if you have the help of the government and you're doing like exploitative situations, you're probably going to criminal things, and you have AI. There's a multitude of things. I mean, you're using a hacker, you're using one who's a hacker, a you're using multiple hackers, but you're actually, yeah, you have Marlon, Marcus, and you have David. These are both three people who have sufficient intellect in the technology. Well, sufficient interest and knowledge in the technology technical industry. So information technology, IT. David does hacking. Marcus knows a little bit of hacking. Marcus knows hacking. Marcus is good with computers. David's good with computers. Marlon, I would perceive that is was at one point in time excellent with computers. David knows a good David knows good stuff. Good enough. Marcus would know more because David is trying to do multiple things. Like, for attention, doing more criminal stuff. David's doing more criminal stuff. And like, and trying to be like the poster child. They would be the poster childs and the fake Christian kind of situation. Definitely maintaining a front. And then he also has his vices. So he wouldn't be that much into computers and hacking. Besides, my life is very in rotation, so there wouldn't be a need to kind of like stay up on any type of new things. If anything, he might just briefly keep a subscription to computers and maybe browse it at one point in time. But he wouldn't be the kind of person to really delve into that kind of stuff like too hard. You want a studious person. You want a secretive person. So I would imagine that Marcus would be that person who's just more studious in that regard. Then you'd also have Marlon. But by the time that these people have money, so they're no more than likely hiring people who are more excelled and experienced than that. And if you work for the government or you have like government influence, literally at your fingertips, and you're going to use them at your leisure. And again, people from the government are able to make it their business because, I am a cash cow for them. I'm also a little bit of trouble because of my mouth, the way I speak and what I say. No doubt when I've been getting like, some of these situations, like yesterday, it's a little bit gone. Let me see. It's still bad. It's still bad. Cause like I can definitely see like there are moments when I can definitely tell like instant moments when you drink something, eat something like like yeah, definitely been poisoned. And I do have record, that I went in for the hospitals before, because I thought I was poisoned and this, that, here, and the third. Well, because I know, but I told them that I believe I was poisoned. But apparently they were just like, no, nothing came up. Well, that's because like the person who actually formerly worked here at your hospital, you guys probably have a plan or some type of agreement. I digress. Now that I know that the world is as shisty, two-faced, and selfish. Like the majority of it, a lot of people are just like sitting on their hands and just kind of stepping back because they want to see like what I'm gonna do. They want to know like what I'm gonna do. Oh, what is she gonna do? Like, this is I'm going against the government. I don't know. Like this is like, I've been going against, like, I'm not saying that, I'm a terrorist or anything like that, or I'm trying to like go against the government. Like, no. Like see me with like some type of strap on, stuff like that. Like no, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. Pardon me. But apparently, there have been so many lies and whatnot like that as a distraction. And I'm just like, been there, done that. And there's also been threats on my life, been there, done that. Threats on my pet's life, been there, done that. And you guys are some stupid ass motherfuckers to even joke about that shit. This is where a lot of stupid ass bitches. This is where a lot of people really just call themselves out for their malicious intent, and then think that a follow-up video where it's being nice is just gonna like smooth everything over. I've reached a point in my life where I'm not letting shit slide. So no, I'm gonna remember exactly what you say, or at least I'm gonna remember the fucking message, not verbatim, but I'm just gonna remember that this person is not. It's just some fake ass bullshit. I'm going to remember it for what it is. I'm going to remember you for what it is. So there's like, obviously there's, the people who were close to me, like they did that whole like funny joking, ha ha ha. And I'm just like, there's joking and then there's making fun to the point of trying to make fun of somebody, but it's like, one-sided. And when you do it too much and then you make yourself a victim, when I do it back to you, then I'm just like, we're not doing it. Especially if you initiate it, which happen all the time. I'm like, no. Because what was the point? What was the point? We can talk about anything else. As you can see, I can literally talk about anything else. I feel like enough Americans have gotten themselves into a monkey paw situation where they've agreed to accept trying to torment me in order for money and take my ideas and try to like throw it out for themselves and get that whole power imbalance, superiority complex, thinking that they can do whatever to me, try to lord anything over my head. Like they're just they can do anything where like trying to like influence me to come back to my phone and turn off a fucking commercial. It's just like, yes, I made her do it. I made her. That's my power right there. Well, I mean, I guess the same thing can be said about your dog like scratching on the door because it drank too much water and it wants to be let out, or your cat. Eventually you have to do that, right? Eventually you're gonna have to respond more to your child or your animal, like your pet, with a phone. I guess they control you too. And obviously you're still here. So I logged on here to do this video just to kind of like analyze things in front of you guys. So that way I can also put it down for some notes later. But then I control you right the fuck back. Because you guys are trying to like keep me subdued or trying to interfere with my life still, right? It's like, who's really in control? Like, you feel me? Like, my existence really bothers you. And you want to try to put me down because now that I know, you're just like, okay, well, now the fun's over. But you've already done so much damage where the government and whatnot literally has you by the balls to do whatever. You guys bitch and moan and complain about, gun control and this, that, here, and the third. But I think that's also a contract situation, like a term and conditions in regards to monkey pawing, where there are these random mass executions and murders and this, that, here, and the third, for people who have literally been, audience members and stuff like that, watching me and thinking shit was gravy. Again, it's wild. It's wild and crazy. Wild and crazy kids. Wild and crazy kids. It's like, yo, why is she so like kind of cavalier about it? Because I see things for what it is. Like I see without seeing. things for what they are. People are like, "Oh, you're free." I'm like, didn't you guys say that like a few years ago or something like that? Like, I see what I see. There's no need to have faith in man situations with men, like mankind. I think people are trying to like obviously people are trying to play with my intelligence where they're just like, oh my gosh, like you're safe, you're covered, this, that, her, and the third, it's over. Like it's a bunch of people that are really just like up with the bullshit. And I honestly hate when they use jargon like, the divine and spirit and all the other kind of stuff. Because I'm just like, come up off it. That's when I know that it's not over because people still are playing these elusive bullshit pajama games. And I'm like, okay, well, we shall see. Like you guys are so gung ho on trying to maintain a God complex real life situation. And it's just like, it's nothing. It's really nothing. But no, you're nothing. You're nothing. And if you were something, even remotely something, I'd take it into more consideration about like staying on topic about like oh what this is what they said and this that here and the third. And it's just like I already know like that is a huge distraction. You guys are just um extremely upset. You're extremely upset because you wanted to have more time in order to be fucking evil and malicious and to call shit out for what it is. Like for me to be observant on who you guys are as people and not who you pretend to be. Because any part of my happiness really fucking disturbs you. And quite possibly if I'm, free, then, you're utterly destroyed. How else will I live my life? Oh, the parasocial relationships. How will I use how will I use her resilience and her strength in order to persevere for my own goals? Oh my god. I'm a report tomorrow. How will I ever inspire to say something or do something without her there? And then there's other people that are just like, kill her. Kill her. It's like yo, it's wild because, they're just like people are scared. People are it's crazy where it's just like, okay, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's like playing ding dong ditch and inconveniencing somebody to get up out of their chair to open the door. And I've been guilty of ding dong ditch, but in my younger years. But it was just like it's to the point where but you do it once. It's these people who do it multiple times to the same freaking house, like that at the same night at the same time. And like the person's not gonna stand there and then boom, open the door and then either whoop your ass or grab you and call the cops or something like that. So, and that's where you're just like, oh shit, where you're just like supposedly scared and terrified, like, oh well, what are the repercussions? What's gonna happen? I'm like, we shall see. We shall really see. But all I know is that I'm putting a stop or end, just restricting and limiting a lot of the bullshit because a lot of you bitches are really like fucked up. Like obviously fucked up, but it was just like you guys are so fucking pathetic, extremely pathetic. Where you thought that spying on me, stalking me, and then making up things in order to make yourselves feel better for being corrupt, immoral, unethical, and evil was going to be the wave. And if I am the one who doesn't have like real or any type of like criminal sheet or background or anything like that, then again, it gives the opportunity for you guys to go after anyone and anything. And I think that you guys have. I mean, you guys have greenlit harming children. So anything is really fucking possible, really. Ugh. Disgusting. You guys have to you guys have to. But you guys, you signed on the dotted line or whatever like that, and you put yourselves at risk to be annihilated, executed. Oh, pardon me. Put in place of a pawn. Put in the place of a pawn. And I guess pretty much it. That's all I want to say. It's 8:59 right now, and I really have other things to do and go. But see, this is just the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm gonna do, what I can, what I will, and what I can, regardless of like you guys trying to do whatever. Okay, like you already you've already exposed yourself. 10 years, over 10 years of this bullshit. Like, come up off it. And you guys were okay with being in my company and all the other kind of stuff. So leave, get the fuck out of here. Like, you guys are been exposed for what you completely are. It's just that the other night, it just really made it clear that society, the people who I've been like fighting for and stuff like that, were the same fucking people who are influencing companies and brands and stuff like that in order to maintain that superiority complex. So instead of, and it makes more sense now for you guys to be like, no one cares or no one's going to save you. Well, that's because it's society. It's society. The ones that I've been giving tips and stuff to were the same ones that were pocketing that shit. It was like, it was just like how you guys were taking my ideas to, speak up for like Britney Spears or Amber Heard or whomever who's like normally white, or even like it was a black celebrity or whomever. But yeah, no wonder, because it was you guys, the ones that I've been fighting for. So it comes full circle. It really does come full circle when I've been doing nothing but humanitarian efforts. Like literally, like if you run, I don't know how far you got the tape, but if you run the fucking shit back from like years ago, yeah, I was, unbeknownst to me, before I even knew I was being filmed, I was the one that was literally, having somebody take literally my bed frame. Well, I didn't mind sleeping on the floor as I commuted back and forth to New York City just to, visit so I can check on my cat, until it was comfortable, and until I was at an opportune time to take her back up with me to New York City to live with me. I was the kind of person who would literally, as you had saw before, was the one who was afraid, terrified of the plane, but took the plane to go see their best friends for like notable moments, like a 30th birthday, or just because like you're a teacher, like yay. I am that kind of person who did humanitarian acts, and just for the fuck of it, like I don't need to blast it. I used to post some of it because I would invite people in order to join me if they wanted to, but then people were trying to make me feel bad. Little did I know that people were watching me, trying to make me feel bad, and then trying to ill then trying to do it was so crazy to try to compete with me with humanitarianism. It's so stupid. Like, yo, like you should go, you like, yo, how can you try to compete with humanitarianism? It's humanitarianism. Like, you're supposed to do that, you dumb fucking stupid bitch. Like, yo, whenever I invited you to do it, I'm just like, yeah, the more the merrier. Here you guys go. But when I say compete, I meant like this, people will try to do like try to do drives and things of that nature, and then take pictures of the people that were inconvenienced. And I'm just like, motherfucker, oh my god. It's like, it's so fucking embarrassing. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Are you really making it about the people, or are you trying to make it for like a tick, kind of mark, where you're trying to keep up score? I'm like, yo, this is fucking insane. Insane. Bitch. I can't. Ah. So like I said, yeah, just start playing like the clips and edits of me, literally go. My butt still hurts because I was trying to give like a fucking a blanket to a homeless guy because it seemed a little nippy at night, and dude, homie got a pit bull, and I was like, nope. So I threw that, ran to the car, and I didn't make it to the. I was just like so frantic, so I like opened the door and like tried to get in the door, and I was like, I hopped in, but I closed it because I was just like, no. And the part where you open the door, so say that like this is the door, so the door is gonna open like this, right? Like the door's gonna open up like that, right? So the door's opening up, and I'm trying to like close that jimmy, but my butt hits the side right here, and there's like this little hole thing that like sticks out. I don't know what that's for. Obviously I'm not a mechanic or anything. I don't know about cars. But yeah, my butt, it hit that. And I'm like, oh my God, like literally, how many days ago was that? Later. It was several days later, and my ass is still hurting. Like, yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's so funny. I'm over here literally like, I'm literally like I'm like holding the blanket. Hold on, I'm like literally holding the blanket, trying to go to like, the homeless guy, I was from a safe distance too, because I wasn't trying to. Oh, here's the person that like comes on and comes off. I was, I I was at a safe distance, so I went to person logged on and logged off. There's like ah ha ha, like you're not gonna give me in the beginning. But I had like bottles of water and drinks, so I put it in a safe area. Yeah, where it was like some distance. I was at the corner. I was at the end of the street because he was like in the middle of the street. I'm like not in the middle of the street, but he was like on the middle on the block, and I was at the end of the block. So I put like the drinks and stuff by the light, by the street light, and I decided to just like walk up to him, you know. So yeah, so I walked up there, and then I just like blah, 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 and I was just like like running back. I was like, oh shit! It was like no 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 no. Oh my gosh, that shit is hilarious. I just think about like how funny that would be in like a scare or something like that. Cause bro, Brody. Um. So yeah, I mean, I have things, and I've done things that obviously would dismiss these claims and bullshit against me. But it's just like what is the point? I've already said what it is that I need to say. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, I caught the I was gonna say I'm gonna crack it, but I mean, I caught the service guy, and I was able to have him do my yard. So yay, yay, that's nice. Definitely, support your local crackheads when they do like business and stuff like that. Like, no, I'm not saying like, no offense to people of that. I don't know what's the proper term for that. It's normally I don't know what the proper term is that. If somebody could tell me one day, that would be awesome. But yeah, I don't know the proper term for that. Person. Obviously somebody's not at the house. Like it's just like, yo, go away. But definitely support them in their endeavors because they be hustling. I'm telling you, they're so super hustling. The guy was nice. I wanted to give him like a bottle of water and like a tip, but I literally had to be somewhere, so I didn't have the opportunity to. And then after that, yeah, like they're cool. Like they're cool enough like out there. But I was like, like when they have like a business mindset, I'm just like, yo, I'm all about that. You do my yard. That's about it. I don't have to do like come in the house and work or anything like that, obviously. But I'm just like, yo, yard work, yo, I got you. You want to shovel the front of my street? Once it's the snow day, I was like, yeah, that's what's up, buddy. Give you some tea, I'll give you some money. Appreciate it. Anyway, so yeah, this at this point is just where people are still being deluded, still being very hopeful. I mean, again, I don't have like people are not giving me the confirmation about that, but it's just like this is what I'm feeling in my intuition. It's just like people are still very hopeful that this shit can go on for at least a little bit longer. People obviously it's like it's a catch-22 because people are obviously seeing me get sick, and so and by sick I mean like whatever they're poisoning me with, like they'll see signs of that with my veins or something like that. You see that? Though like they intentionally like would invade my house or just pay somebody to do something to my drinks in the second or third. So but then you have people that are trying to gaslight me and say like, oh, you're safe, when it's just like not gonna safe. Like people are really trying to end me and trying to take me out. The only way how I'm actually gonna believe this is if you guys stop saying your little psychobabble keywords when it comes to spirituality and trying to manipulate me and gaslight me. So that's one of the ways. But it's not gonna be like 100% like, oh yes, I believe you now. It's freedom. No. There's just a lot of telltale signs and that people are giving that tells me that this isn't the end, and that people are very greedy and selfish in regards to my my injustice, but they've really screwed themselves too. Like I'm telling you, like there's so many stuff that's just gonna bite them back in the butt. By the time that they want to actually fight back, they're trying to like look to me for clues and answers on like how to fight back and what to say and what to do. But it's just like you told me to fight for myself, so I'm really worried and focused about myself. And now that I know why and who you guys are, it's like you honestly, I have to worry about my own life, especially since you guys have been doing nothing but consistently trying to harm me, provoke me, kill me, and gaslight me, mislead me, and project at me, and try to provoke me. Like those have literally failed. A lot of that shit has seriously failed. So when you're trying to like dupe other people in order to not like me, um, it just really, it ends up being worse for you. Now, hold on. I just want to look outside and just see how many black idiots are out there because I shit you not. These are the enough blacks. I'm not saying not. I'm not saying all black, obviously, because they be doing the shit like to fucking cause the services on purpose, on fucking purpose. There's like plenty of space for this person to park, and they choose to be like blocking the whole street and just yelling. And it's even more weird when people are telling me things about like trying to set me up with somebody who has literally abused the fuck out of me. So that's another telltale sign because it's just like, come on now, like y'all really fucking wild and crazy about this. But that's about it. Again, it's 9 o'clock and I have some homework to do and stuff like that. And I mean, not to say that my justice, my injustice, and the justice is not important. It's just that right now I'm putting pieces together while other people are just, bullshitting me and trying to gaslight and mislead me and project at me and just try to talk behind my back with some slanderous activities. It's just like there's gonna be just a lot of bullshit. And while they're trying to recruit other people in order to I guess come against me or take my character, I'm just more exploring the bigger picture obviously I'm understanding like how it started. I'm understanding like what's making it continue and go forward. Again, when I cut my feelings off for people, it's just like, yeah, so that I wanna also like I also see just a bit of like what's in it for other people, what's in it for everybody. I think the next thing is, their plans, like what their plans are. I have some ideas. But right now, I know it's the whole slander and projection and this, that, here, and the third. But again, they've been exposed. They've been exposed. Even if they keep going to like new people, they've been exposed for who they fucking are. And no matter how fake they presume to be with their mannerisms and stuff like that, I guarantee you those mannerisms have been copied off of me when it comes to like just look at my channel, like for real. There's people that are just like Hey, buddy, you okay? Hey, okay, I gotta go for a moment. Hold on, for one moment. You good? Hold on for a moment. Hey, hey. Yeah. Let me finish this up. All right. Okay. Okay, my little one is, bruh. Let me know what's good. What's good? You good? Yeah. It's just wild. People have literally done nothing but try to harass and intimidate my pets and I, and then say some dumb bullshit like to threaten them in my life. Why the fuck do you think I'm gonna sit and have a moment with you guys? As I said, like, yo, like, your deaths will do nothing but make me just joyful. And then for you to have the audacity to try to make a follow-up video where you are trying to say something to just try to like a squall, to just kind of like squash or mellow over the first video that you did where you showed yourself. It's like slapping somebody in the face and then being like, "Oh, I'm sorry." No, that's when you get like, that's when you really expose, your stupidity and your assumptions. This is when your whacked out your whacked out spirituality is really showing itself, because you've identified me or try to identify me as some type of like human being who's really just gonna like put up with a lot of shit, or like supposed to be like Jesus or some shit. And I was told you, like, I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. I said space and opportunity but I'm not trying to, again, I'm not trying to go after everybody. I just that I want justice for the people who literally orchestrated this shit and is trying to keep this shit going. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. Dumb. So dumb. Okay. It's crazy. It's just like, I literally have my fucking like proof and stuff like that. So the fact that some people, whole fucking groups, and people who are easily bought can go ahead and just generate content, or say things at the mouth in which to further along the slander and campaign, and then be like, "Oh, kumbaya, nah, bitch, nah, kumbaya." You try to bury a grave for me though, but bitch, how about you get in it? Real shit. How about you get in it? 'Cause I'm not gonna smile on your face and be like, "Oh, no, no." Like, we'll have a bartering kind of situation. Like I said, I can be polite though, but I'm not the kind of person that's gonna allow you to be in my space, like in my life. No, get out of here. Yeah, y'all got some really fucked up entitlement issues. I want to go ahead and do another, like, what are you like? What are we thinking, or what am I thinking? Things things of that nature because I want to delve more into like the possibilities. Again, I'm sensing people don't like me. I'm hearing slurs. I'm hearing slurs in my name. I'm hearing, a lot of superficial bullshit, high school shit, things to try to do away with me, obviously. Um, Again, just slander and lies. In the meantime, I'm gonna do my homework, okay? While you guys be fucking haters, and also just called out for whatever that you guys are called out for. That's very distasteful. It makes you guys look like the joke that you fucking are. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, I have other things to kind of talk about. And I think I shout at a later time. Oh my goodness. So I already told you about Trader Joe's the other night. Again, I'm so sorry, the employees, the staff of Trader Joe's, like, oh my gosh. I know I was only there for like, obviously less than 30 minutes, like maybe like 15. Yeah, like 15 minutes, but I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. Oh my goodness. I was just like, yeah, like, don't do that. Don't do that. But I want to say that the orange chicken is amazing. I love it. Love it, love it. You guys were right. You were right. I did like the orange glazed chicken. It was really nice. Oh, and dude, the funny guy at Trader Joe's, you hooked me on to the to that dumpling thing, and it was actually oh my gosh. I live. I wish I had 2 more boxes. For real. I'm so glad that Trader Joe's is doing more microwavable things because people gotta eat, and it's definitely also like college friendly and things of that nature, or people who are happening to have like multiple roommates and they just want something that's nice and quick. It's nice. They don't want to inconvenience everybody else with something that's like a whole bunch of cooking and this, that, or there. Unless it's like maybe like a Wednesday. If I was ever in a sorry, hold on, something in my eye. If I was ever in a position where there is like like living with like multiple roommates, like in my younger years, I would have made it like a more like a family event where either every Wednesday. I feel like Sunday is more of a lazy day. Why inconvenience you really? I mean, I can get the whole thing as like a family having to do it, but why as a sorry. Oh no! See, my nose and my eyes are watering because. Well, oh crap! Sorry. Sorry. It's like something like all right. So again, I love my little babies. I love my muffins, but my nose is stuffed up now, and but I'm allergic to cats, and that's always going to be my thing. I'm allergic to animals. Period. So dogs and stuff like that. That doesn't stop me. My eyes will be red. I'll be sneezing like I don't give a damn. I would barely be able to breathe. But if I could just hold the fluffy creatures, I would be so happy. Like it's just oh my gosh, my throat would be itching, my skin would be itching. But I'm just like I'll just be so freaking happy if I just hold any little animal. Oh my god, I love it so much. They're just so freaking cute and innocent, just like these tiny little things of just life. So cute and precious. That's what I feel like. Amen. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I think I will definitely have some talking points, but mostly about what is it? The modern day slavery, sellouts and coons, and then I'm just gonna have a chart, so that way I don't have to keep like reiterating much of the same old. Like I will glance over it though, but I want to be able to like make a chart about like what the fuck is going on. It's so funny again. People are just like, oh, like we don't care, of course, because you're the abusers, and you want entertainment, you want content, but it's just like something that you obviously can't afford to make on your own or sustain on. So naturally, you guys are trying to like appease me, like a lamb. Like, you know how they say, you don't want to spook the lamb before you kill it because, apparently like the meat or the blood in it just toughens up or something like that. It becomes like, it becomes like, it's not as delicious as, a more docile, unsuspecting lamb. So you're hearing things about, don't worry, you're protected, you're safe, and da 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 da. So I don't know. But they're over here like literally fucking with my bloodstream, by like tainting my food and literally poisoning me. All those freaking hospital visits and things of that nature, days calling out of work because I don't feel well, like, bro. And you guys having the audacity to threaten me passively. What did you think was the end game? I guess when you guys signed your lives over practically, there was like, a term and condition where your own life will be upended, if not taken out. Because ain't no way. Well, now that I know that though, it's not, it's still not gonna look good for society. It's not. It's not gonna look good for society. It's like we the people, yes, but it was just like I really don't want to even get into that because again, you guys use my words for your own personal problems, and not only that, but you guys are the abusers. Like I'm seeing things more clearly now, and I really have to write this down. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go. Homework. All right. Bye.